Okay, so welcome back to another Animal Lesson video, and into this video I'm gonna tell you how to AFK macro technique shots, or if we're saying at the different words, how to macro raids, as macro in raids is the main source of the technique shots right now, if we're talking about AFK source of getting them. So yeah, today I'm gonna teach you how to use macro, which macro you want to use, and which raid is the best to farm in. So before continuing, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and let's start right away. Firstly, let's talk about which macro we want to use. I'm not getting paid by any macro which is available on the internet for the animal stand, so I'm just gonna tell you that this is a tiny task. The tiny task is the best program for recording macros, and it's not an anime vanguard where every single enemy stuns you or something different or weird happens on the stage. It's an animal stand. Here you can macro easily with the tiny task, which we're gonna do today. I will not leave any link for the tiny task, I'll just show you how to download it. It's very easy actually. You just go for your browser, write down the name of the macro, it's called the tiny task, and click the first link that you can see, the https tinytask.net, not the tiny task official or something, just a tiny task. That's it. This is how the site looks like. Again, there is the tinytask.net. This is the address for the site. Here you are clicking the download. Just click on the version, which you see on the screen. Boom, we are clicking it. And you can just download it and use it right away. You don't need to download anything. You don't need to extract anything. You don't need to open any exe files. You just downloading it. You go, tiny task, you open it. Boom, you have tiny task. That's it. So now when we have the tiny task, let's see how does it work. There is 6 buttons and we're usually only using 4 of them. The open one, which allows us to open the recording which you have done, the save, which allows us to save the record that we will do, the recording button, which allows us to start the record for our macro. Those buttons, we are not using them, we don't need them. And the prefs, which is just the settings. So let's go right away for the settings part. Here goes the play speed. It will make a very important role in our macro, but we'll talk about it later. Then goes the continuous playback. What does this setting mean? With the continuous playback, our macro will repeat itself after the end, so obviously we are pressing it, and now you see there is the mark which shows that the continuous playback is turned on. Next goes the set playback loops. This is the setting if we want our macro to loop some amount of time, not even some amount of time, but how many times it will loop. But again, we don't want to use it. The next goes the recording and playback hotkey. Here you can use it like you want. I'm using the recording hotkey at F8. The next goes the playback hotkey. I am leaving it by default. It's Ctrl-Shift-Alt-P. The next goes the setting which allows us to set the tiny task always on top. That means that if now I'll click on Roblox, tiny task will still be on, even though the Roblox is a full screen program now and tiny tasks should be turned off. That's useless usually, so we don't want to use it. Other settings that are not like helpful almost at all. The only thing that we need is the recording settings, the recording hotkey. How does it work? Now I will show you with the always on top settings. For example, I'm loading to the Roblox, I'm clicking F8, and as you can see, we have started the record. Now I'm running, I'm spinning in circles like this. Now I'm clicking F8 again, and my record has stopped. So now what do we want to do? We want to save this record. You can create a folder with the name of the records like ALS, tiny task, or LS macro, whatever you want to call it. Let's open it up and let's name our recording like me spinning in circles, or whatever it's called. I don't know. Now what we want to do? We want to check if our continuous playback is turned on. We want to check the playback hotkey. And now let's turn it on. Boom. And as you can see, right now I'm not touching anything, and my character moves by himself. But you'll ask me, why I'm going for the raid section if I was just standing on the same place that I was standing, and I was also spinning, and I'm not spinning here again? That's because that's how tiny task works. It's not tracking the movements of the mouse like this, it just tracks that I'm holding the right mouse button and running in circles, and that's it. And it just don't track my spinning, you know? And sometimes even if you spin, it will just break your macro. So how do we macro then? Now it's finally a time for me to show you. So we head over to the map, it's the Valhalla Arena Act 6, and yeah, this raid is kinda tough. Why have I picked these raids? Just as I want to, okay? Right now, in LS, there is no much difference on which raid you want to farm. The only thing that you need to know that you don't want to farm the first 4 raids, as they give you the lower technic shots than the higher ones. And as for me, it just feels like the higher the raid is, there are more chances to get more technic shots, but it's just a feeling, you know? So you can even start from the 5th raid, you can go by the 10th raid, whatever raid you want to, just look for the elements of the raid and for the starter that you have for this element. For example, again, right now I'm in the Valhalla Arena and this stage is a green element, and I have green the Vigil. This is not the best starter that I have, but I guess this starter will be enough. What I'm doing right now I will show you the macro for powerful PCs. What I mean by that, if your PC can run Roblox at stable 60 FPS and never lags, this is the method for you. As again, as we have seen from the previous section of the video, Tiny Task is absurdly laggy and it is not tracking all of the movement that you're doing. So if there is like a small micro lag, you are done. Macro could broke, or not broke, but it will be not working as intended. So the first method is going to be playing with the Seemless stages, aka Seemless retry. If we're playing with the Seemless stages, want to turn on the auto ready so the wave will start right away. And now what we want to do is we want to beat the wave once. We want to beat it as we need to see the win screen, and I will probably not beat it with the Vigil. Why is his range so tiny? Oh my god, he has an avatar. Oh yeah, Vigil is absurdly bad. And wait, oh my, I'm so dumb. He is weak for green. Oh my, I'm sorry, I need to restart. So for example, now let's take Benimaru. This is the unit that I need to pick in this stage, and now again we just need to beat it at least once, and then we don't need to do like anything. So now we are heading to almost beating the stage. I have put in my Tiny Task here so you will see that the recording is going on. And now what we want to do, we want to stand at the position in which we will stand every single time. It will be positioned like this. Just make your camera fully looking at the top, like this. Now we're standing like this, our camera is fully maxed out, again, like this. Now let's again look at the recording hotkey, it's F8, okay, now we know it. And now let's finally kill the boss. And boom, we're doing so, we're getting the rewards. Now let's stop the record and let's click the retry button. We're clicking it a lot of times, then we are clicking 6 on our keyboard to take idle. We are placing our idle, clicking our idle again, clicking T to upgrade our idle, then hover our mouse out of our idle and we click X, so we will deselect the unit. Then click on our idle again, click T a lot of times, again deselect, click idle, T a lot of times, deselect, click idle, T a lot of times, deselect. Now we're doing the same thing with Benimaru. Click, upgrade, deselect. Click, upgrade, deselect. Click, upgrade, deselect. Click, upgrade, deselect. That's it. We are stopping the record. Boom, you have the macro. It's done. But obviously you need to do it like extremely fast. You don't need to hurry, so you need to do this properly, but you need to do it fast. Right now, if I will try to make it faster, I will play the record at 10x speed. I don't think that it will work fine. Let's see. Now I'm placing idle. Now I'm upgrading her again, upgrading her again. I'm placing Benimaru, upgrading him again, upgrading him again, upgrading him again. And yeah, if you have stable computer, you can run it like this. And I have forgotten to turn the continuous and playback. Let's turn it on, and now our record will continue and continue and continue, and it will non-stop. Just like that, we are upgrading our idle. After this, we're upgrading our Benimaru, and we are easily beating the stage. But if your computer is not strong, if your Roblox is lagging like almost all the time, and with the Seemless retry, your computer will lag. It will lag, but if your computer is kinda powerful enough, it will not be that significant, and if it's not, then you need to do the other way that I will show you right after beating this stage. Now let's just skip for the wave 20, and let's see if the macro works in a cycle way, you know. Now let's see, the boss is dying, our Benimaru is fully maxed, and now the boss is dead, and we will retry the stage. if you have made the records faster, we would have already retried. But as you can see, we're waiting around 10 seconds to retry, but we're actually retrying. We're placing our idol is upgrading, and then we're placing Benimaru. This stage have a giant path, and we have enough time to upgrade our idol, place Benimaru, upgrade idol, and then upgrade Benimaru, and only then enemies goes for our Benimaru and die. Some stages don't allow you to do that, so you need to pick your favorite raid stage, but again, upper than the 4th or even the 5th raid, and yeah, you can macro at like any stage you want, or you can. So now let me show you the macro for the weak PCs. Before starting to show you the macro for weak PC, I want to tell you that you better use the burning hero as a leader, as usually you're bringing a starter which have the advantage of the element, and burning hero gives us a 25% team element advantage damage, which is very good. So yeah, we want to bring the burning hero as a leader, and now let's go to the raid. And now the map that we will choose is actually very important, as this map that we'll use now will not allow us to move the inch, okay? We'll stand still and not move at all. So I will do this at the Shinjuku crater, as this is a very good map for this. I'm usually macroing at the frozen planet, but it's kinda hard to macro here, so the Shinjuku crater is a better choice. But if you don't have a good fire starter or the stage is too hard for you, you can try doing the flying island. It also allows you to do so. And the enemies here are dark elements. There is bunch of light starters and they are all OP, so the flying island might be even better for you. I will show you the kinda harder version of the macro, but the method is still the same. We are loading into the game and we are not moving an inch. Again, we are not touching anything. We have loading in, and now as you can see, we have the start and the select units button. That's because with this method you need to turn off the auto ready and the seamless stages. Our macro will be similar to the previous one. We will place idle, click T, then press idle again, click T, then unhover our idle, click X, click on our idle again, press T, X, not jump, X, upgrade our idol, then we're placing, in my situation, it's a Benimaru. It's better to place him here, but I will probably place him here as it's kinda closer to the enemies, you know? But why it's better to place here, as if the macro will be not that good, you'll probably like clicking over here, so you need to be very careful if you want to place Benimaru in this small area, you know? But anyways, now I will do everything very fast. And also, yeah, I forgot, we again need to win. So let's click start. We're again not moving by any inch, but right now we just need to win to see the victory screen. Okay, we're heading up for the wave 20, and now look very closely and be very patient. What we are doing? We are hovering the retry button. We are clicking it, but we are not starting the records. We are teleporting and we are not moving our mouse at all. Why? As we don't want the loading screen in our macro. We want our macro to be fast. Our macro will be very fast. So now what I'm doing, I'm clicking F8. As you can see, the record have started. I'm clicking the retry button. Now I'm clicking the start button. Now I'm clicking 6 to pick an idol, placing her, upgrading, clicking, upgrading, X, click, upgrade, X, click, upgrade, X, click, upgrade, X, Benimaru, placing Benimaru, T, click, upgrade, X, T, upgrade, X, T, upgrade, X, T, upgrade, X, we are done. And my macro somehow there will be chances that you're clicking F8 and the macro is not stopping. I don't know why does it work, but you need to be careful and you need to be sure that your macro has stopped. Also, little editor's note, if you have seen that you have pressed F8 but your macro has not stopped, you should retry the whole macro. Why? As actually Tiny Task have successfully recorded that you have pressed the F8, and now there is a chance that when you turn on the record, the Tiny Task will just record nothing and your whole macro will be done. It will be cooked. Later on in the video you will see how does it work. I was not paying big attention of it, but actually if this happens to you, if you press F8 and the macro is not stopping, the record is not stopping, you should just retry doing the macro. Believe me, you need to do this if you want your macro to run stable. So now, let's save this macro. We'll call it like, what the name of the raid is? Shinjuku Crater Act 6. Now I'm writing the position of our units, in which slots they are, the 2, 6, as we're using only 2 units. If it would be 3 units, it will be like, I don't know, 2, 4, 6, but it's only 2, 6. And yeah, that's it, but we also write that this is Seemless. That means that we are not using Seemless retry. I'm sorry guys, I guess at this moment my brain was fully melted. You don't need to write Seemless if you are playing without Seemless. Obviously, you need to write no Seemless. I guess that's kinda obvious. Let's save it. Now as you can see, we have this record. Let's put the speed for 3x speed. You should not play more, okay, but maybe 4 is maximum. Let's play with the 3x. Now the continuous playback is turned on. Let's click retry. We're loading to the map, and the main advantage of this method, we don't need to wait for anything. We can just start the macro right away. We are in the middle of the loading screen and we can easily start the macro. We'll not lose anything. Yeah, we'll lose like 5 seconds right now waiting for our macro to make the whole cycle, the whole loop, but we don't need to like go and stand for some certain position, you know, for our macro to work correctly. You can just click play at the rate, turn on the macro and go like for days, and your macro will play at the stable rhythm. Yeah, you will get less technique shots. I can guarantee this to you. And there will be commentators under this video telling me that no, if you will not play with the Seemless, you will get more technique shots. No, you will not. You're getting more technique shots if you are playing with the Seemless retry, but not every PC can afford this. If I would macro it on my main PC, yeah, I would macro the Seemless retry, but usually I'm not macroing with the Seemless, as I'm macroing on my laptop, which is dying. It's very weak. While I was yapping, as you can see, somehow again I have forgotten to turn the continuous and playback. What is this? So yeah, our macro is working fine, it's working good, and just like this, you can just turn on the macro and forget about your laptop or the PC for days, and it will macro stable, very good. The only problem is that, yeah, sometimes it can break, but to prevent it from breaking, I suggest you to make the macro itself a very quick one, and then don't use any like speed ups for the macro, you know. Personally, on the laptop, I'm macroing at the 2x speed, but you can use the 3x speed, the 4x speed. The 4x speed is maximum. Don't use more than 4x speed. On a weak laptop, 2x speed is a lot, you know. So now let's wait again till the wave 20. Let's see if our macro works. Okay, let's turn on the macro, which we have recorded. Now, as you can see, again, our record is not that fast, so even though we are seeing the win screen, we are still placing the units. So you want your macro to be as fast as possible. Now I will click retry, and we will teleport for the next run. Now let's see if the cycle is good. We have clicked the retry, and right now we are loading, and will the cycle hit perfectly? Let's see. And yeah, it is. As you can see, we have just loaded to the game, and we are starting right away. And I am lagging on my main PC, as you can have seen. So it's also better to macro with, obviously, with low settings, low graphics quality. I don't know if I will need to tell you this, as this is very obvious. Like, disable all of the shadows, all of the things, and then you'll be good. So yeah, I guess that was it for the video. I'm sorry if I have not tell you all of the things that I have needed you to tell, as I'm playing Animal Stand for too long. I don't remember how to be a starter, okay? So I don't know which things you don't know. And yeah, if I have helped you with this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments down below. What do you think about this video? Was it helpful or not? Tell me, maybe I have forgotten something, maybe you'll help other players. And yeah, see you in the next videos. There is not much happening in Animal Stand, so I'm not making a lot of videos, as you can see. I'm making a small break without making a small break. Yeah, this is the life of a YouTuber. But anyways, see you in the next videos. Take care of yourselves, guys, and peace.